Hi guys, welcome to the flight this evening as we're down in Liverpool airport and we're going to be doing a flight to Alicante down with Ryanair in the 737-800. Flight time's around 2.5 hours. Should be a nice flight. Weather's not too bad, it's a little bit rocky as using the real-time weather, so it says there's thunderstorms about, so we'll see how it handles when we come down into Alicante. So don't forget to like and subscribe guys, leave your comments down below. Help us get to that 2k subscriber goal, and now we can get inside the aircraft and get everything all set up ready for our departure. So let's get ready and get started. Okay, so we're in the 737-800 cockpit, so we'll go overhead now, put our battery on and guarded, standby power is guarded, and we'll put our ground power on. Go to bat and ground power. Go overhead, we'll test our flaps, which are all good, and we'll go and align the IRSs now, ready to go. We'll test our max speed warnings, we'll test our flight recorder, which is okay, and the stalls will do just before we go once all the systems are set. After that we'll go and arm our emergency light, we'll put our chimes on and the fasten seat belts, and we'll get our window heats all on and ready to go as well. So there's our test, which is all good, and now if we turn them all off one by one, a fault would show if there was, so they're all good to go. We've got on the trimmer and we'll get the packs in ready for us to leave. We're going for a flight level of 330, landing elevation down in Alicante. We're going to be arriving on runway 28, coming in on the Vor Approach, so elevation is 44. Okay, so we'll leave that at 50. Go ahead and get the APU started, and we'll turn on one pump for that. Get our panel lights all on and ready to go. The IRS has beeped now to tell us that we are ready to align. We'll just get all of our lights on, get the yoke in, and we'll turn on our center console lights as well. So we're going to the FMC, we'll get that all set up. So you can see we've got the right date and everything, which is all good. We'll go into our initial, which is Echo Golf Golf Papa. Go down and grab the left GPS and we'll shove that in. We'll go and arrive and put in our arrival, so Lima Echo Alpha Lima. For our departure we're going to be leaving at runway 27, and we're going to be leaving out on the Nanti 2 Tango. After that we'll put in our route, which we've got, so we're going to go for the Lima 8, which will take us to Staffa. From Staffa we've got the Papa 18, we've got the Lima 151, the VOR that we are going to approach in, and for our arrival we're coming in on the Victor Lima Charlie 3 November. So there it is. We're coming in for the VOR DME Zulu, as we can see here on our charts. We've got the VOR DME Zulu, so we can click that, and we're transitioning for Bezel, as Bezel is our initial fix as we come down from Valencia. So we'll follow Valencia down to Bezel, and then from Bezel that is our initial fix, 20 DME from Alpha Tango Echo, which is the VOR for the airport. We will then go from the 327 around 2,500 feet, where we'll then come down onto the 280 for the VOR, and then we'll come down for 1,700 feet. The glide path is 3.15 degrees, and we are coming down for runway 28. Missed approach point is 3 DME, and our descent for our ground speed will determine when we come in. So we are all set to go now, so let's get that all set in. We can activate that up. We'll go to our path. We have got reserves today of 3. We've got a cost index which is 74. Going for a flight level of 330, which is all good. For our ISA, we've got 218054. Which will stick into our cruise wind, and we've got -57 for the ISA. Okay, 5000 is for our transition over to the standard QNH. Take full takeoff, we've got flaps 5, so we can go and see what flaps 10 will do. Okay, 146, 147 and a 153. Okay, 153, which is set. We'll turn on the flight directors, we'll go over and get the first officer's panel light on, which is all set to go. We'll check out on the departure as well, so when we depart out, as you can see, we're going to be leaving out for runway 27 onto the 267. We'll make that left turn onto the 128, which will then be above 3,500 and below 4,017 DME from Wallasey, where we'll then follow it down to Nancy for 4,000 feet. Okay, so we'll put 4,000 feet in to start off with, which is set. Everything all good over here, so we'll get the APU now ready. We'll put on the APU gen and get the yaw dampers on with our fuel pumps. We'll get the probes started along with the APU bleed for the APU, and get our logo, our position lights and anti-collisions can also go on. Engine starts can go to both, and we'll get our electrics started as we are going to get ready to go now. So should be an eventful one. As we can see, 74 on our weight, and the airport's runway isn't very big at all. So what I think we'll do is see what a flaps 15 does. Here we go. So verify takeoff speeds. So 142, 144, and we've got 150. There we go. That sounds a bit more better. So we'll go and get our centre of gravity, 24.6, which is set, which is 4.25. Okay, just a little more. There we go, which is set. So we are pretty much now all set to come out. We'll put in the Wallasby VOR as well for on our departure for when we intercept for the 128, so the 114.1. Okay. Okay, that's fine. And we're intercepting that onto the 128. So we'll go get our winds and everything so we can get out of here. So we've got Echo Golf Papa. Now I've never used the flaps 15 takeoff, so that'll be something else as well to see today. So whilst we wait for the ATIS to come over. Okay, so let's go and get our ATIS now. So you can see broken at 5, broken at 1500, broken at 2000, QNH is 0997, okay, 290 variable 010320 at 08 knots, which is set, plus 20, which is 170. So we're going to go up for 4,000 feet as we then go to Nancy, 25 miles away. Okay, so what we can do is we'll call the tug now and get the aircraft ready. Is now set for 0977. We've got our heading, which is 267, which is set. We're going to intercept onto the 128, which we'll keep down here just for reference as well, which is set, as you can see.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Okay, so he's ready to connect now. So we can tell everybody now to clear off. So retract the stairs, GPU, doors are locked, and we're ready to go.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all calls.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Okay, so we're ready to go. We're getting lifted up now for the tug.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released and packs on.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Thank you very much. So what we can do is we'll go for engine number 1. Engine number 2, sorry. So we've got a start valve open now. N2 is increasing. Oil pressure, as we say, will come to life. There we go, and 25% will inject fuel. Okay, so engine number 2 has come over. Put our middle pumps. Turn the TA on for the transponder, and we can now go for engine number 1. So again, start valves open, N2 is rising, oil temperature will come in, and then 25 will inject fuel. Okay, so what we can do now is we can get the packs back on, we can switch over the buses, turn over to the Gen 1, get the AP
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
and we'll go ahead and set the parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay,
To use handheld devices like tablets and cell phones on board at any time, as long as all cellular functions are disabled. Larger electronic devices like laptops should be turned off and stowed until we're airborne. And the access road off into the sunset. BS. Please note some electronic devices may not be used in flight at any time.
okay, so we're going to taxi to runway 27.
Regarding electronic devices, in the in-flight information section of Sky
We'll come out of Alpha 6 and go straight down to Alpha 1.
And internet access will be available while we're above 10,000 feet. If you're seated at an emergency exit, please review the responsibilities for emergency exit seating on the back of the safety information.
Okay, so we're just waiting now.
In your seat pocket.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay, see you soon. Bye bye.
Please let us know.
So what we can do now is we've got everything already on board to go. 330-046 for the elevation, and we're already taxi checklist is all good to go. So what we can do is we can turn our engine anti-ice, get our engine starts to continuous. We can drop a flaps 15 now.
In case we experience any unexpected rough air. For everyone's safety, federal regulations require all passengers to comply with the posted placards and lighted information signs located throughout the cabin, in addition to any crew member instructions.
Okay, so we're ready to go. We'll go and do our systems check. So you can see we've got full left, full right, full forwards, full backwards, rudder left and a rudder right. So we are all now set to go. You should see some nice blue skies when we lift over above them clouds. So we can release the parking brake, put the auto brake to RTO, and we can now start to power on out to runway 27. So it should be a nice flight. It's going to be a bit rocky maybe, but we'll find out. So as we leave now, no terrain, airport, go look at the weather as well. Okay, So put on our taxi now, and so we'll go
Breathe normally and know that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others. A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests
So we're going to take a right, left onto Alpha.
If you're seated in the first class or business class cabin, life vests are either in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Put the vest over your head. If your vest has one strap, wrap it around your waist and attach it to the buckle in front. If your vest has two straps, fasten the straps to the front of the vest and then adjust them loosely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom of the vest. Manually inflate it by blowing into the tubes at shoulder level. You can activate a light by pulling down.
Okay, so follow it on my Alpha now. Then we get ready to make that right turn. Follow it round onto Alpha 1.
If necessary,
As you can see.
infant life vests or other flotation devices for children who weigh 35 pounds or less. Also, most seat cushions can be used for flotation. Now, before we take off, be sure your seat is upright, your aisle armrests are lowered, your tray table is put away, and all carry-on items are properly stowed. As we come through the cabin for our final safety check, please let us know if you have any questions. And finally, now would be a good time for everyone to review.
Okay, so the winds are a little rocky.
In your seat pocket.
Here's Alpha 5. We're going to go all the way round to Alpha 1.
Thank you for paying attention. Please relax and enjoy your flight.
And so we can arm the ONAV and VNAV. What I may do so we can get a nicer view is we'll go straight up to 2330. Okay, which is set. There's Alpha 4. So it would have originally gone 4,000 for Nancy, but we'll get up and above these clouds. They don't look very nice, and we should be able to then see some nicer blue skies as we break through the cloud layer. Continue our taxi all the way down to the end. So here's Golf now to our right. We're going to go past Golf and follow it round to Alpha 1. So for takeoff checklist, we've got our flap switch is down, 15, which is set. Gear is down, of course, 3 green. Auto brake set to RTO. Just coming round now onto the Alpha 2. Got the Wallersby VOR ready to intercept onto the 128. So head straight down to Nantes. We'll come around to Alpha 1 and then we'll hold. So coming round, we'll stop just before the hold short line. Okay, so here we are. So we'll just stop go overhead now. We'll turn on our strobe. We can
Ladies
put
and
on our wing
gentlemen,
and wheel.
we'll be taking off in just a few minutes. Flight attendants,
Runway
please prepare the
turns
cabin
can
for departure.
Okay. So we can release the brake now.
Okay,
And
the
we'll line
cabin
up
is
for
secured.
runway
Have a good
27.
flight.
So we will initially power up when we take off, as we are carrying the extra weight. I'm not going to bother doing a bleeds off takeoff. Okay. Can on the auto throttle as well. So V1 is 142. Okay. So here we are, ready for runway 27. So we'll go overhead, put now our landing lights. We're all set to go. Tell the cabin. Okay, so we know the drill. Up to 4,000, we're going to continue, turn left 128 to Wallersby. So can power up there. I'll power up slightly. Power up to 70%. Okay. Release the brake and tow go. Airspeed live. Check. Throttle hold.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Flaps 5, check. Auto brake can go off now, and landing gear can go up. So we now go to flaps 2. Following the flight director now, following LNAV and VNAV. And you see we've got a little bit of weather.
1,000.
Check. That will keep it as stable as possible. On our way up. There we go into that left turn now, onto the 128. Which will adjust once we line up. Okay, there's a flaps 1 as we cut back now on the throttle. Okay, and we'll go to a flaps up now as we bounce through the clouds. See with that speed, trying to keep the aircraft nice and stable now as we come round onto the 128. Okay, so what we can do is now put the autopilot on. As we make that right turn now. So as we stay around 4,000 feet now, over 250, so we'll hit level change and we'll go straight up to 330. In fact, we could hit the VNAV, go on to climb at 330, at 90. And we can tell it now, but we want to go straight up. So that'll cancel the speed restriction. And now the aircraft will go up on its VNAV, or the VNAV speed. Okay, so that should get us out of that weather. As we can see that we have got a little patch of weather that's just going to approach us. Now passing Wallaby around 5,000 feet, so after takeoff checklist we've got engine start switches which are continuous, gear is up and off which is checked, flaps are up, no lights, and we've got the auto brake which is off. Q&H is now passing through, can go to standard barometric pressure. And pass through 7,000 now. That's not very nice at all, even out of Liverpool. See, we have got that little patch of weather when we do come down. Okay, passing now 10,000 feet. And we've now got to our cruise speed, so turn our landing lights off, runway turn-offs can go off, taxis can go off, will well, and we'll tell the cabin now they can relax. The aircraft's currently in VNAV speed as we cancelled out the altitude restriction by hitting the altitude intervention, which will wipe out the current altitude restraint. So currently now on the 145, which is set, passing through 11,000 feet. And we can start to see some blue clouds as we break through the cloud layer onto 12,000 feet now.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you and a welcome.
Okay, so we're heading now towards Stafford for the 146. We're going to make that right turn to the 194 to Telba, where we'll then backtrack again to Vidocq onto the 147, which will then take us all the way up. Then if we go to plan, we can show you the route. So you can see we're going to go to Stafford, we'll go all the way to Vidocq, and then to Popple, we're going to follow all the way down, and then we get to our top of climb, where we come all the way across through to Valencia, where we get to Plama, then we'll hit our top of descent just before Valencia VOR, where we'll then make that left turn down onto the 169, which will then get us in for Bezel, and as you can see we're all set to go down. Oh, I don't know what actually happened right there. Oh wow, turn the seatbelts back on for that.
Please recheck the security of your seatbelt.
Jesus. XpRealistic we did. So passing through 15,400 feet. Getting ready now from Stafford to go onto that right turn, which is now going to take us on to 194. So passing through 16,100 feet. I'll see you guys when we get back from our top of descent, ready to come down for the Vor Approach into Alicante with Ryanair 737-800. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Help us get to that 2K subscriber goal, as your support is well truly appreciated over on the channel. So I'll see you guys when we get back. Hi guys, welcome back to the flight deck. Right now we are currently heading on to the 162 to intercept for the Valencia VOR. As you can see down here, we are coming in for the Valencia arrival on the 3 November. Going to be at flight level 800. We'll try and go for a high speed descent. We're going to come down to Bazor for our initial approach fix, where we'll then ride the 18 DME arc around to 280 to come down for the VOR approach down in Alicante. So what we can do now is we can lower our altitude now to our lowest point, which is 1007. You can see there's our top of descent. Okay, so 34 nautical miles from Valencia VOR, which you can see is coming up on the 162 inbound course. So we need to be flight level 100 above. We can see our top of descent is looming. So what we can do now is check on the charts. You see 290 flight level 100 above for Valencia. We can see that our top of descent is merely right in view as we come down. So we are 20 miles away from our top of descent, but the aircraft's then going to go into its descent phase, and we'll get the aircraft all configured to come in. So we've got the Valencia VOR, which is the 116.10. We've also got the Alicante VOR, which is the 11465, that we're going to use the DME from to come down on the LNAV and VNAV path. And we can check out our runway speeds now. So we're going to go for flaps 30 150 plus 5 155. Our initial fix is 12.2 DME from the runway, where we'll then come down from the 280 down to 1700 feet, and then at 7.1 DME from Alicante VOR, we're then going to start at 3.15 degree descent down into Alicante for runway 28. So there's our descent speed as well. So we're going to do 155, so it should be around about 840 feet. Okay, so we're right near our top of descent, as we're going to get ready to come in and start our descent down into lovely Alicante. We can see on our progress we're going to be coming in for around about 20 past 6 in the evening. Currently got 60 knot winds just battling us from the right as we come down. So we can see our initial approach fix as we're going to now head towards Valencia VOR for 10,000 above. We'll need to clear the mountains as well. There's 7,001 and we've got 5,100 foot mountains just as we pass over. 6,009 in the vicinity, as will be 6,500 above. On our legs we can see 6,005 above at Bazor, and then we'll come round the bend for 3,000 and we'll be down in for 2,500 feet. So I've really started our descent now. Throttles can go to arm as they'll retard back, and now we'll start our descent down into runway 2. So we've gone to our overhead now. We can put our engine start switches to continuous. We can tell the cabin to get ready as we are about to come down. Auto brake we'll set to number 2. Actually we'll set to number 3. Be okay with number 3. Then as we leave the 162, we head on to the 169 37 DME, which is the Valencia 37 DME. That'll be our next fix, where we'll then head down towards Bazor for 6,500 above. So passing through 300 now, we can do our descent checklist. So pressurization and landing altitude is set. We've got 44 feet on the landing altitude, rounding to the nearest 10. 50. Anti-ice, engine anti-ice is on. Approach briefing and fuel has been discussed. Coming in for the VOR approach for the Zulu for runway 28. We're going to come round and ride our initial approach fix from Bazor onto the 18 DME arc to then intercept 2,500 feet onto the 280. 12.2 DME by an initial fix where we'll descend down to 1700, and then the 1700 will then make our descent down, and our missed approach point is a 3.0 DME from the airport. Coming down for around 155, so we're going to be looking for around about 850 on the descent path, and 530 is on our minimums, which gives us a 486. So 530 it is. Okay, which is set. Okay, 530 set now. As we ride down, just leaving now Valencia, so going down onto the 169 as we'll leave the VORs in, as we need to see when we're 37 nautical miles out from the airport, passing through 26,000 feet, 10,000 above for when we do get to Valencia. 37 be 152, and then 6,005 above, which will give us around about a good 25 odd miles to get down. It should be fine. So currently now edging on the FMC speed as we descend now. Engine's going to retard back, passing through 246. So everything's all configured now for us to come in. Once we leave the 169, then it'll be the 237, and then we'll end up on the 280. As you can see, we are now on the Valencia 3 November Star for our arrival, and we can watch this mountain as we fly over it. Passing 230, still keeping to 28, where we will start our decel at Bazor. So everything is all configured and set. Once we pass the 37.1 DME for Valencia, which we'll see here, then we'll switch over the VOR frequencies for Alicante, get the aircraft all prepared for us to come in, so we can enjoy coming through the clouds as we get ready for that lovely arrival. We've also added in the professional night mod, which is on the X-Plane forums, which is actually really nice at night. I haven't done a night flight with it just yet, but I will get one in, and it does look pretty nice. It's got a Europe and an American package for you to both install if you'd like. Currently heading through 21,000 now as we peak over. It is a little rocky, and it is going to be a little rocky as we come down. We already know our weather and everything, so that's all accounted for. As we head now past Valencia, and we'll get ready to switch over the VORs, as it is starting to get a little rocky for the aircraft. Max bank can stay on for now. If it gets too rocky, then we'll lower our bank limit. So cabin crew, prepare for landing. So 37 DME from Valencia fix is coming up now, 11.5, which is pretty much bang on with our DME. And for flaps 30, 150 plus 5, 155. Descent rate should be around about 850 feet. It's going to get a little rocky Have a look on the weather, see if we've got anything. No, everything seems all good there. So have a look onto our terrain. Currently descending through 18,000 feet now, still on the 169 as we prepare ourselves already and set to go. Passing through 16,008 now as we've just gone into the clouds as we're heading direct down towards Basor, which is where we'll slow for 240, where we'll come round in on our fix, and then I should imagine we'll slow down for our flaps up speed, where we'll then carry on the descent down to 2,500 feet. Temperature slowly starting to get warmer now as we're descending through, so minus 11. Can arm the speed brake, we need to use it, and we can extend it. Through 14,009, we slide to 250. Any moment, 240 at Basor. You can see we've got a decel there as well, which is fine. Decel at any moment. Can now switch over into the Valencia VORs. Now I'm going to fix in the radials for 280 on the course. Okay, which is set. Okay, 280 which is also set. There's our decel, so we can now open up the speed brake. Slow through 260 now. Okay, there's 25. The aircraft will continue now to pitch down. As we now lower off, we need to be 10,000 above. So I actually think the aircraft's going to level for now, whilst we get ready to make our further descent down. 6,500 above for Basor. As you can see, it's quite windy as we come down, so we're going for flaps 30, so we haven't got too much drag, which will cause us to get chucked around, so we can try and be a little bit streamlined as we come down. 10,006 as we get ready for the VOR approach. So we're now currently coming down past 5,100 for the mountain, which is right here to our left, which we can see here to Basor, the initial approach fix that will then head down. So we're just coming up now near to Basor, as we'll make that just slight deviation to the right, and then we'll come into the left. 240 is our max speed now. As we pass 10,000 feet, we can go ahead and put our landing lights on, runway turn offs, we'll leave our taxis on and put our wheel well. Tell the cabin to get ready now, as we are all set to come in. The speed brake is still in the armed position as we pass through 9002. Ready for Bazour, and then we'll switch round, go down onto 237 and then the 280 to intercept. Okay, passing 8009. Everything's all configured. We've got the VORs for Valencia, Alicante, sorry, which is the 114.65, which is set on both sides and cross-checked. We've got the 280 degrees inbound course, which is also set. Getting over that lovely view, it's very nice. We've got auto brake set at number 3, and we're coming down for a flaps 30 at 150 plus 5 for a 155. We'll have speed brakes. Okay, there's our 240. So we'll let speed brakes back in. We should go down to our flaps up speed, which we can see, which is where we'll drop to our flaps 5 and get the aircraft all configured ready for us to come in. So we can have the speed brakes now. Okay. So we've currently got the speed brakes open as we're at 240, passing through 6008. Speed brakes back in. See our vertical deviation, so we are on point for our vertical deviation, which is fine. So we're now currently heading back onto the 169, 167. Okay, we've got our decel, which will then take us to our flaps up speed, which is 226 and then 291. Okay, so QNHs can go back over now, which are 1007, which are already set. Got 350 on our barrow, and we are getting ready to slow down now. Speed brakes down to descend, and we can say that we want to okay. So currently just now going into that decel so we can get the aircraft all configured and ready to go. Okay, there, speed brakes are in, and we'll go for flaps 1. Go into that right turn, we'll go into a flaps 5. Okay, so we're going to go up to the 238. Okay, so now we're going to that right turn, go to flaps 5. Okay, 1700 in, which we'll leave for now. Okay, so you can see that the weather isn't very nice either for our winds as we come in. So we'll check, and on our way down as we intercept, we need to make sure 6 DME 1370, 5 DME 1040 as we now go on to the 280. Which is set. So as we make our way round now, currently at flaps 5. As we want to go down and get ready for that descent. So speed brakes are in their arms position. We've got the wind battering us. As we come around, onto the 280. Okay, which is set. We're currently on point for the VOR. As we're now at our flaps 5, currently descending through 4,000 feet. As we can see, we're going to get ready to come down. So by the time we start our descent onto the 3.15 degree at 1700 feet, we'll make sure that we are fully configured for the approach as we come down. So we'll go down to the flaps 10 now. Okay, now we'll go to flaps 15, geared up. So runway is in sight, gears coming down, got auto brakes set to number 3, speed brakes are armed, now go to flaps 30, and we'll go the aircraft now fully established itself, 1700, 530, we'll go round it to the nearest 100, which is 600 feet, so we'll put in our minimums plus to the nearest 100, so we don't go under that, and now the aircraft can continue its descent down as we come through. So as we descend now, 7.1 DME, we will start our 3.15 degree descent, and we can see at 6 DME 1370. So we'll see how the aircraft fares.
2500.
Check. Okay, you can see the puppies. So we've got landing lights which are all down. We are established, ready for the approaching. Gone down to our minimums.
Windshear. Windshear.
Okay, and we've got Windshear as well, which we would have gone.
Windshear.
But we will follow it through.
Windshear. Windshear. Windshear.
Okay, so we'll disconnect the autopilot, and we'll disconnect the auto throttle, and we'll fly the aircraft manually. So 7.1 DME, we start that descent down.
Windshear. Windshear.
Okay, the 7.6. 7.4. 7.3.
Windshear. Windshear. Windshear.
7.2, and we'll start to descend now. Okay, so we'll start our initial descent. Just around 4850. We're looking. Try and stay with our speed as close as possible. There we go, it's 2 red, 2 white. Stable now. So we've got landing gear which is down, auto brake is set to number 3, 1000 which is set. Coming down on the puppies, 2 red, 2 white, keeping us stable as we are getting chucked around quite a bit. Continue the descent down as the wind is just knocking us around a little.
Approaching minimums.
Okay, continue down on the puppies.
Minimums.
Continue.
500. 400. 300. 200.
Wind shear. Wind shear.
100.
Wind shear.
50. 40. 30.
Wind shear.
20.
Wind shear.
10.
Wind shear.
Okay, speed brakes are up and reversers are active. Check. Reversers can go back in. And welcome to Alicante. So we'll let the yoke go back to normal now. Okay, speed brakes back in. And we'll start to retract our flaps now as we'll taxi on down to the end of the runway. And then we'll get in for our lovely cinematics down into Alicante. That wind shear right on touchdown, had to make sure that the aircraft didn't start rocking around. Hence the reason we was like rolling sideways nearly. And you can still see now the wind trying to keep the aircraft level. And as you can see, just rocking the yoke left to right, sees it move. So as we go down now, going to go down off of the Alpha 1-2, the Alpha 2 should I say. Then we can then get the aircraft off of the runway and we can then taxi off to the gate. So we've got our speed brake which is up and off, we've got our flaps are off, no lights, and then take my hand off of the throttle to change the auto brake as the wind will blow us around. So there we go, that's all good. Auto brake is off as we're now leaving the runway. We can now turn off our landing lights and get the aircraft all configured, ready to go. 3 minutes after landing, we'll get the APU started. So, what a rocky arrival. So as we now get ready to go into our landing cinematics, we can now start to slow down into the hold. Turn over and we'll get our landing lights which can go off, runway turn-offs can go off, strobes can go back to steady, logo can stay on real well, and tell the passengers that they can start to relax. And there we are guys, so we'll go to our landing cinematics now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, helps get to that 2k subscriber goal. And now we can enjoy some lovely cinematics down into Alicante for the Vor Approach runway 28 with the lovely night professional mod. So I'll see you guys in just a sec.